I mean, I can't. My driver can't hear me spotting if he's gonna talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to a very special event brought to you by KMA Racing. I am Scott Kolovic, this is KMA TV, and this is the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Tonight we are paying tribute to Patricia Kraft, a loving mother of one of our racers here, Mark Jackson. Now Mark has been racing on iRacing for a very long time, and Mama Patty was probably his biggest fan, and she would sit up there and she would watch Mark race, have a good time. And we're going to talk a lot about Mama Patty tonight, and we're going to be looking at her favorite driver, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson will be out on that track tonight in the number 3 with Mama Patty riding shotgun. Now I do want to give a big shout out to the friends and family of Mama Patty and Mark Jackson out there watching this live broadcast on YouTube. Mama Patty is in our thoughts, in our hearts, recently leaving this world on the 10th of April. Brought into this world October 2nd of 1927. 2 children, Mark and Jerry, and 2 grandchildren as well. So I tell you what, Mama Patty had a life well lived, and she's in our hearts. She is in our minds tonight at the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Big shout out there to Mama Patty up there riding shotgun with Mark Jackson. Alrighty, folks, tonight it was Mark Jackson's choice of tracks. And, well, Mark Jackson chose to sit out here and choose Auto Club, also known as California 2-mile track, very wide track. Very fun track and a very favorite track amongst the drivers. We've got some cool weather out here tonight. Sitting down there at 65 degrees, and I tell you what, that is going to make these Chevy Silverados and Toyota Tundras stick. Now the boys have got 2 resets out here tonight, so if the big one does come out early, no biggie. They're going to roll right through it. They got 2 more out there on the holler. We usually give them just one, but being a special event tonight with the Mama Patty Memorial Race, we gave them an extra one. Pit row strategy sits at about 30 to 35 laps. We do have cautions on. Lucky Dog rule is in effect as always. No flags will be cleared during tonight's race. We are racing tonight at the NIS rules, as they call it. So no flags will be cleared. Our admins will be free to race and get out there and have some fun themselves without the pressures of having to clear those flags, but could be trouble for some drivers out here tonight without that added assist from the admins. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it does appear that qualifying is over. Drivers are getting ready to take their spots. And we're going to take a quick look at our starting grid tonight. Out there on that starting position is Mark Jackson. Look at that. Mark Jackson out there already representing and making Mama Patty proud. Mark Jackson up on that pole position with a 40.544 here at Auto Club. Doug Lemons sitting in second position with a 40.559. Third place belonging to Nick Reynolds. Jack Watt sitting back in fourth position. And rounding out our top five, we've got Wesley Whitfield. Kevin Winter, strong placement in sixth position. Judd Danielson, seventh. Craig Kinney, eighth. Ninth and 10th belonging to Donald Stewart and Kyle Snodgrass. Lee Staples sitting back in 11th. Mark McFadden in 12th. Vernon Margheim, Wally Tierheimer. Brad Harris back in 15th. Our good friend Mac Cook in 16th position. Lee Ryerson, Donald Sadusky, Joe Johnson, and Gary Whitmer Jr. back in 20th. Want to give a big shout out there to Gary Whitmer Jr. for that lovely Mama Patty video that we saw at the beginning of tonight's broadcast. Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics. David Casey back in 21st. Michael Johnson 22nd. Jason Russo in 23rd position. Frederick Hofstetter 25th. John Henderson back in 26th. Matt Cosman, Gary Whitmer Sr., Joel Guy and Kevin Scott Nelson, Kevin in 30th position. Chris Hogue in the rear of the field in 31st. 31 drivers out here tonight coming out to celebrate the life of Patricia Kraft, also known as Mama Patty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 125 laps to get her done tonight. I think they can do it caution-free. That is the hope for them to bring on a caution-free race tonight. But either way it goes, I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of fun, especially with Mark Jackson up there on that front line leading these boys off. Mark Jackson, no stranger to Auto Club. Again, it was his choice of track. And this is the track that Mark Jackson wanted to run tonight for Mama Patty. It's pretty awesome there that Mark Jackson got that pole position up here tonight at the track he chose, at the vehicle he chose. Running tonight for Mama Patty. Looking pretty sharp out there. And the number 3, Budweiser. Big shout out there to Over the Top Paints and Designs. Mark Jackson representing his favorite painter, John Hedrick, Over the Top Paints and Designs. Pace car is in. Getting ready to set off for 125 laps, Mark Jackson.
Green.
Setting pace at tonight's race is Mark Jackson and Doug Lemons. 2x2 start as it should be. Now look at how wide you will notice here at Auto Club. Pretty much 5 well-defined groove lines out there. Mark Jackson staying down to that inside lane. Getting a good push from the number 54 of Nick Reynolds. Nick Reynolds side by side with the number 70 of Doug Lemons. And already Mark Jackson and Nick Reynolds and Doug showing the boys how to get her done. Number 77 of Jack Watts running with Southeast Motorsports. No fear of this track, no fear of getting it up there to his partner, Nick Reynolds. Right now it is all about Mark Jackson. Looking at the number 74, Wesley Whitfield. Southeast already making a very strong, dominant appearance in our top 6 tonight with Wesley, Nick, and Jack Watts. And we've got Mark Jackson on radio comms with the boys from Southeast tonight. So we are really hoping for a Southeast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tonight. And right now it can be done with Southeast representing Mark Jackson, Nick Reynolds, Jack Watts, Wesley Whitfield in 7th position. Mark Jackson making a good line out there with Mama Patty right in that shotgun position. What a start out here at California. Number 17 of Judd Danielson in that yellow and purple, making his strong appearance known out here tonight. Just 1 second back off of our race leader, Mark Jackson. Craig Kinney out in the Mountain Dew along with number 78 of Donald Stewart. Looking like a couple of Twinkies out there, the number 90 and the number 78, making you want a little bit of Mountain Dew as they work their way around the number 80 of Kyle Snodgrass. 2 down, 123 to go, and we're off to an amazing start out here in the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Now, I tell you what, folks, one memory I've got, very fond of Mama Patty. We and the boys, we had a hard night of racing. Good night of racing. We were all psyched up, jacked up, ready to go. Didn't want the fun to end. So Mark Jackson had an idea. He's going to put Mama Patty on the radio device. So we've got this program, we've got our headsets on, and we sat there and we talked to Mama Patty probably for a good 5-10 minutes, and she told us about how she always enjoyed coming out and listening to the broadcast that we put on and watching the racing. And she would sit back there behind Mark Jackson and watch it up there on the big screen. Mark Jackson, obviously her favorite driver, race in and race out. And I know she's up there riding shotgun with Mark Jackson right now in first position on lap 3. Amazing start out here. So far, so good. High hopes tonight for a caution-free race. Taking a look at a few of our other drivers back in 11th position, we have got Donald Sadusky at number 19. Now next Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing another memorial race for the son of Donald Sadusky, Ryan Sadusky. Jack Watts considerably slower, and off that pace, Jack Watts going to the rear of the field. About mid-pack, he'll rest and stay. Not quite sure what happened to Jack Watts right there, but he has gone from 4th back to 18th with David Casey coming up hard on his outside. Back to Donald Sadusky, though. 3 years ago, Ryan Sadusky died unexpectedly. Ryan Sadusky, the son of Donald Sadusky, another one of our fellow racers. So join us next Saturday, same bat time, same bat cave, for another memorial tribute race to one of our fellow iRacers family members. And you know, right there with the tribute races that we do, it is all about the family. So I do want to give a big shout out there to the Mama Patty, Patricia Kraft clan, Mark Jackson and his family, his fiancee Kristen out there rooting him on tonight. Big race out here tonight for our current race leader, Mark Jackson. And I tell you what, he's got some good help out there with Nick Reynolds and Doug Lemons. But Mark Jackson, the man to beat right now. Position 13th belonging to Gary Whitmer Jr. Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics. Now, as I mentioned earlier, with that beautiful video that we saw during our introductions of tonight's broadcast, Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics, the man behind the videography. Gary Whitmer coming in time of need and putting together a just awesome little tribute video there. We're going to take a look at that one more time during tonight's broadcast. Something very cool about Gary Whitmer, well, he's out here racing with his dad. And I'll tell you what, that is really, really cool for Mom Whitmer. Big shout out there to Becky Whitmer to be out here tonight, not only rooting on Mark Jackson, but also rooting on her husband and her son. Gary Whitmer right now in 13th position. Gary Whitmer back in 25th, taking a more slow and methodological approach to this 2-mile speedway. Working his way around the number 111 of John Henderson. Gary Whitmer driving the Coors Silverado. Kevin Scott Nelson in the number 224 running for Kicking Asphalt, along with his teammate Jason Russo in the number 22, or the number 29, in 22nd position. Big shout out there to Jason Russo, our Tuesday night sponsor here at KMA Racing, sponsoring up our Tuesday night truck series. Joel Guy in the number 91, military veteran. Big shout out there to Joel Guy, running near the rear of our field in position 23rd. Gary Whitmer, Kevin Scott Nelson, Chris Hogue, Michael Johnson, and John Henderson rounding out the rear of our field up to position 28. Unfortunately, Matt Cook and Matthew Cosman already out early for the night. Caution free here on lap 9 of 125 here at California in the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Mark Jackson leading, 0 lead changes, 0 cautions. Doesn't seem right now, with just 1/10 of tonight's race in the books, doesn't seem like anybody really has anything for Mark, Nick, or Doug. Now, could you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen, for Mark Jackson to win the Mama Patty Memorial Race? That would be just awesome. And I tell you what, it can be done. The very first tribute race that we did. Ooh, caution is out. Appears to be a single truck off the track. Well, there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen, up there on that top lane. Appears that the number 6 getting into the 52 a little bit. I'm not sure if contact was made or not. A little bit of contact there as the number 6 goes for a spin. Tough break for the number 6 of Chris Hogue. And that will bring out our very first caution of the night on lap 11 of 125. Pretty much a single truck incident. Not a lot of damage put on the number 6 or the number 52. Go in and hammer those dents out a little bit. That'll be our first caution of the night. Mark Jackson will be leading them into pit row. And we're going to let Mark Jackson get fueled up, fired up, ready to go, and get 4 new tires on that Silverado. And we're going to take a talk down there with Mark Jackson coming up momentarily. Pretty good start out here tonight. Got 11 laps in there, caution free. That's always very reassuring. I think we can get out of here, though, without any more cautions. Mark passing up his pit stall just a hair in the number 3 Budweiser. Big shout out there to Kelly Ryerson tonight out there on the KMA TV chat, rooting on her favorite driver, Lee Ryerson. Lee Ryerson right now in 20th position. Mark Jackson making his way out of pit row. How about it, Mark Jackson? Have you got a copy?
Hey, Scott. Yes, I do.
Well, how you doing out here tonight?
Man, we're having a good time. Well, I just could not get my car to stop in the pit box right there.
We seen that. A little slick out there.
It is.
Well, I tell you what, we're up here calculating the odds that Mark Jackson might actually win tonight out here at Auto Club. I mean, this is your race. This is your night. You've got Mama Patty riding shotgun with you, and you took the pole position. You're looking pretty sharp out there. What do you think?
You know, I know Mama's watching this from up there, and I feel her. I feel her presence. So, with that said, I think it's going to be a good race from here on out. I just, I feel her talking to me right now. So, I just want to thank KMA for putting this broadcast on, for honoring my mother. I feel it with me. I think she's telling me to go.
All right, I'll tell you what, you better listen to Mama. And hey, we've got Kristen out there on that KMA TV chat. She's rooting you on. You've got Mama Patty out there riding shotgun. You've got your friends, you got your family, and you are loved. You go, 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 like Mama says, Mark.
Yeah, we were having a little issues with getting Kristen hooked up with the broadcast. But they got it going now, so.
All righty, well, good luck to you, Mark. Mark Jackson in the number 3 tonight. high hopes out there for Mark Jackson. Now that will change up the lead a little bit. That will put Doug Lemons out there in that front line. Kevin Winter sitting in second position. Nick Reynolds back in third. Nick Reynolds has been putting on a very, very smooth race. Michael Johnson sitting out in fourth. And that'll place Mark Jackson in fifth as we begin to line up for our first restart of the night. Lap 13 of 125. One lead change, one caution here at Auto Club. Drivers have got those 14 laps underneath their belt now, and they're loosened up and they're raring and ready to go. Riding on the tail end of Mark Jackson, lining up in fourth position. I don't think Mark's going to be in any big hurry to get up there. I think he's going to take his time. But you got to stay up there, but you don't need to push your way up through there. Not yet. Still got plenty of time. You've got green flag pit stops to get her done tonight. Mark Jackson right now in an extremely, extremely good place. Doug Lemons, Kevin Winter side by side, positions 1 and 2. There is the number 19 Donald Sadusky truck lined up behind Mark Jackson. That is the tribute truck for Ryan Sadusky. Tune in next Saturday for the Ryan Sadusky Memorial Race. Drivers will be going green, this time by number 78 of Donald Stewart on the inside in the Mountain Dew Napa. Kyle Snodgrass in the number 80 Chevy Silverado. Pace car is in.
Ready, green, 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 green.
Drivers are off and away we go. Donald Sadusky firmly tucked up onto the rear end of Mark Jackson. The potential to go 3 wide is here at Auto Club. I have seen them go 5 wide here at Auto Club. Successfully even. It can be done. Plenty of room to get 3 wide action in. Donald Sadusky possibly going to thread that needle up between Donald Stewart and Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, caution is out. Looking at the number 90 and the number 20 of David Casey. That would be Craig Kinney and David Casey. It's like the number 90 possibly getting into the quarter panel of the number 20 of David Casey. A little bit of drift up there on the number 90. Ooh, tough break there for David Casey, taking a whipping right there. On a restart, no less. Unfortunately, almost back-to-back cautions. Several drivers caught up into that. Vernon Margheim tore up. Jack Watts tore up. We've got several trucks that are going to be smoking out there on that field. Appears Gary Whitmer was able to put on the brakes in plenty of time to avoid any contact. Several trucks out there caught up in the melee, pretty much the rear of the field. Vernon, Jack. Donald Stewart safe, Mark Jackson safe. Jason Russo up to 8th position. Well, as I had mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, they were given double quick fixes tonight. So no fear. No fear at all for drivers being having their night over. They've got an extra reset out here tonight, so you pick it up, put it back together again, and get it right back out there. Pit strategy already possibly coming into play. You have to remember these drivers just did come off of a caution. Number 70 of Doug faking out a pit. Kevin Winter staying out, Judd staying out, Mark Jackson and Donald Sadusky staying out as well. How about it, Donald Sadusky? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Scott. How you doing?
Doing good. Now, I saw you and your buddy there, Mark Jackson. You were lined up nose to tail on that restart. And that was really cool because we were up there talking in the booth about tribute races. And next Saturday, we've got the Ryan Sadusky tribute race going on. Tell us a little bit about what we got coming your way.
Well, it's the third annual memorial race for Ryan. And thanks to KMA and John Hendricks, Overtop painting the signs, and had everybody involved in it. But yeah, he passed away. It's gonna be 2 years now, and May 3rd, 2016 passed away. So I'm looking forward next Saturday, and I was actually looking forward to, tonight. And I told Mark I was gonna work with him.
All right, well, I tell you what, that'd be really awesome to get you two guys up to the front. Already the two back-to-back cautions. Now, is that anything to be alarmed about here early on?
There's still a lot of laps left. 2 cautions, that 19 laps. Yeah, it's too much, but I think it'll pan out. I think it'll work out. We'll have some green flag pit stops, green flag runs also.
All right, that's what we are hoping for. All right, good luck to you there, Donald Sadusky, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mama Patty Memorial Race. We are underneath our second caution of the night. And I tell you what, those cautions kind of came in wham bam back to back. This track is going to rubber up as these laps do get turned. But as Donald said, you know, 2 cautions within 18 laps, especially when they're back to back, that is a little bit uncharacteristic of Auto Club, to say the least. The drivers will get settled down. Another Mountain Dew right there, the number 98. Got to be something about summertime coming. 4 Mountain Dew trucks out on that track tonight. Michael Johnson in the 004 representing PAD and PSI Incorporated. Dave Casey caught up in an earlier caution. Glad to see he's back out there on that track. Gary Whitmer still in field and rolling. Jack Watts and the boys from Southeast still rolling. Lap 19 of 125, 106 to go. Only one lead change out here tonight between Doug Lemons and Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson in 4th place underneath caution. High hopes out here tonight for Mark Jackson. Representing Mama Patty tonight. Drivers are lined up. Double file.
Green. Keep it up, call up.
Back to green flag racing off the front hood of Doug Lemons. There's that caution, will fly again. Something really bad happened on that restart, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to get a look at it. Did not expect to see that one there coming. And right there it is as the Mountain Dew. Trying to catch a number, but the Mountain Dew causing a little bit of rear end, spinning out the number 6 into the number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a stunner right there. And Jack Watts just sitting there. And a complete stunner as the Mountain Dew truck rear ends into Chris Hogue, causing complete chaos. Appears that the truck number may have been the number 78. Nope, that is the number 90. The number 90. Craig Kenny into the rear end of Chris Hogue. Uncharacteristic move there by Craig Kenny. Several drivers completely taken out of that one right there. All right, tough break. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, good time to watch that commercial that GW so lovingly put together for Mama Patty. We'll be right back with you in 2 minutes. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mama Patty Memorial Race, and I tell you what, not quite as we had hoped for out here tonight. Everything was fine up until about lap 13. First caution come out. Got her back underneath green, and bam, immediate caution flew. It was getting ready to go back to green from that caution, and a little bit of a rear-end collision there under pace, wrecking the end of the field. So 3 back-to-back-to-back cautions out here at Auto Club. Complete stunner. Did not expect to see that going on tonight. Underneath caution, Doug Lemons and Kevin Winter. I'm quite sure by now ready to get out there and do some long green flag runs. Both trucks unscathed. Judd Danielson in the Dirty Air Studio, number 17, looking sharp. We've still got Mark Jackson out there in 4th position and Lee Staples sitting back in 5th. Well, I tell you what, 2 of those cautions have been towards the rear of the field. Mark Jackson would do well to remain up there in that top 5 position tonight. Never fear, folks. I'm pretty sure that drivers are going to get into some long green flag runs coming up. Jack Watts in the pits. Now, these drivers were given 2 resets. Not sure if Jack and Dave are going to be able to get back out on track or not. Joel Guy, our race admin, sitting in pit row as well. So several drivers unfortunately caught up into what was some very surprising results. Chris Hogue was the driver that got spun by the number 90. I do believe that may be his backup vehicle. Good to see him back out on that track, though, getting ready to try it again. A little bit of a shell shocker out here tonight. Wally Tierheimer out here tonight, sitting back in 7th position. Haven't seen Wally for a while. Good to see Wally coming out here in the Carl's Jr. truck. Had a lot of different leagues coming out tonight to show their respect for Mama Patty. Big shout out there to the boys from Loose Lugnuts, Chassis Works, SSCA. Saturday night memorial race for Mama Patty, but unfortunately under our 3rd caution of the night, and they all pretty much came by at one time. Just bang, bang, bang. Lap 24, and we've had 3 cautions within the last 10 laps. So hopefully we are going to get settled down for some long green flag racing. This is not the kind of racing that Mama Patty would want to see. Mark Jackson will be the first one to tell you that. She wants to see those green flag pit stops. She wants to see her son, Mark Jackson, out there racing and running long green flag runs, not this caution stuff. Mama Patty was never had a fondness for cautions at all. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Going to start this one here out in the cockpit of the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Give you an in-car on board, hands-on feel. What it's like to run at Auto Club. Pace car is in. And away we go back to hopefully some long green flag runs. Sadusky all over the rear end of Mark Jackson. Lap 25 of 125, 25 down, 100 to go. Come on, boys, let's go. Long green flag racing here at Auto Club. Heard about doing it for Dale. Let's do it for Mama Patty tonight. Donald Sadusky looking very good onto the rear end of Mark Jackson. Doug Lemons, Kevin up in front. Judd Danielson down to the inside of Kevin Winter, going for that 2nd place position. Mark Jackson keeping a very close eye. Mark Jackson up into that outer groove. Judd Danielson staying down. Kevin Winter staying high. Judd Danielson losing momentum down below. As Kevin Winter drops, Mark Jackson drops all 4 drivers back down to that inside lane. Kevin Winter, Judd, Mark back up. Doug up there in the front green Silverado, seemingly to run more of a lower line. Kevin Winter getting way down on that lap. Mark Jackson very, very solid as Mark Jackson comes underneath the number 17 of Judd Danielson. Mark Jackson, Judd Danielson side by side. Big shout out there to Michelle McMaster Eisenhower. Happy to see Michelle. Michelle playing a hand in some beautiful artwork for Mama Patty, and the caution is out. That is the number 14 of Lee Ryerson and Nick Reynolds making a little bit of contact. Tell you what, just looks like a little bump right there. Don't think either driver really could have done anything about that. I tell you what, it happens. It is racing, but right there is the view of Lee just barely into the number 54 of Nick, and the number 18 going for a ride as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, hopefully this is not a prelude of what is to be expected out here tonight underneath our fourth caution of the night, and it is a rough one out here tonight at California. Doug Lemons underneath caution, leading his 16th lap. And pretty much I would say about 12 of those have been led underneath caution as Doug leads them into pit row one more time. Doug, Kevin, Mark, Judd, Lee, Jason, Donald into pit row. If you have not been pitting by now underneath these cautions, now would be the time to get out there. Michael Johnson opting not to pit. Looking to get a lap back. David Casey, Frederick Hofstetter, Gary Whitmer falling laps down as well. Jason Russo looking to find his spot up in second position. Lap 29 of 125 at Auto Club. Joel Guy making his way through pit. We're going to talk to Joel Guy, our race admin, and see if Joel can shed a little bit of light as to why Auto Club is just a little bit too tough tonight, too tame. How about it, Joel Guy? Have you got a copy?
I have a copy on you, Scott.
All right, well, good to see you out there still rocking and rolling. I know you've taken a bit of a beating tonight. What's going on out here? 4 back-to-back cautions. What's happening out here tonight?
I don't know, Scott. I've been talking to the drivers, trying to get them to settle down and just race until the back end of the race, and then run hard to try to win. But I just think they're driving over their ability this early in the race.
Well, we've still got 95 laps to go. What is the general attitude of the competitors out there on the track? Because you know by now that the tension has got to be building up a little bit. Is the tension getting thick?
Yes, it's getting a little thick. They're beginning to start blaming each other, so it's getting kind of wild.
All right, well, I tell you what, I was hoping for some caution-free racing out here tonight. We may see a boxing match before it's over. What do you think?
We might. It's very possible. I don't want to, but it's all I can do is try to direct the drivers a little bit, and if they don't want to take my advice and drive the way that they should, then there's not a whole lot I can do about it.
All righty, well, I'd say, good luck to you there, Joel Guy.
Thank you, Scott.
Joel Guy, he's got his hands full out here tonight, trying to run his own race, but also trying to be admin and take care of the drivers. Mark Jackson and Judd Danielson out here tonight, side by side, underneath our fourth caution of the night. Let's take a little chat there with Judd Danielson.
It's fine.
How about
it's
it, Judd? Have you got a copy?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good
How
to
are
hear
you?
you, Scott.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, fantastic.
You're up there staying out of trouble, being smart. I tell you what.
Wow, this is crazy, dude. These guys are like getting after it.
I know. I was talking to Joel about it, and we've had caution. Since lap 18, since lap 14, it's been insane. But you're doing well up there, so I'm down there on the track, and I'm not doing so good. Help me out, Judd. What can we do?
I've just been kind of. I back it off. I just back this thing off going into the corner and let these guys go. If they want to race up there, fine. But my truck is fast, so I'm gonna go racing with Mark for a little bit here.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we gotta get Mark up there. Well, he is up there.
Hey, he's our P1 right now, so we're good to go.
All right, we got to keep him up there. All right. Good luck to you, Judd.
Yep, you too, Scott. Thanks.
All right, Judd Danielson, all about helping Mark Jackson tonight. Kevin Winter up there. Kevin's been a front runner up there tonight, not leading any laps. It's been, a caution fest so far. But I tell you what, I have still got high hopes, ladies and gentlemen. We've got high hopes out here. Mark Jackson leading 13 laps. Judd Danielson leading 1. Doug Lemons has led 17 laps. Doug Lemons in the pit row area. Pace car is off, and away goes Mark Jackson. One more time.
Green flag.
Mark Jackson's focus has got to be to stay up in front, along with Kevin Winter, Judd Danielson, Donald Sadusky, and Wally Tierheimer. That is a very strong top 5 right there, I'll tell you what. That is a very, very solid top 5, with Wally Tierheimer back there in 5th position. Kyle Snodgrass and Brad Harris in 6th and 7th. A couple of drivers I'm not very familiar with, but coming out tonight to show their support for Mark Jackson and Mama Patty. Number 24, Brad Harris in the John Deere Silverado. Gary Whitmer Jr. in the number 5 M29. 8th position for Gary Whitmer. Lap 33 of 125. Now, unfortunately, about 19 of those laps have been, 15 of those laps have been underneath caution, so 1/2 so far. Mark Jackson with a big lead out there in front of Judd and Kevin. I tell you what, folks, you cannot miss that bright red number 98 Kevin Winter up there, looking very sharp. Donald Sadusky sitting in 4th position while he's still in 5th. Things might be settling down, dare we say. But the pack might be settling down a little bit. Number 19, Donald Sadusky with a dive down to that inside, and Kevin Winter loose and squiggly wiggly. Whoa, that could have been ugly right there, as they are 3 wide with Judd, Kevin, Donald Sadusky, 3 wide, plenty of room to do 5 wide. Caution is out. And there goes Nick Reynolds for a spin into the number 48. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to back that up as the number 54. Nick Reynolds coming around. Comes around a little bit too much into the number 18. Number 18 passing it on, but tough break for the number 54 and the number 48. 48 of Mark McFadden. Not sure if Nick misjudged his clearance there or what. Doesn't really matter. Tough break, though. Sending several drivers back into pit row, but Mark Jackson alive and well out there on that front line. Underneath caution one more time. Lap 36 of 125. Mark Jackson leading 18 laps. Kevin Winter in second. Jed Danielson sitting back in third. Well, I tell you what, guys, I do not think Mama Patty would be too impressed tonight. I'm doing a good job. The fans are doing a good job. But I tell you what, I don't know if it's the track. I don't know if it's that cool 65-degree weather we set out here tonight. Might even be the vehicle. Something in the air. But underneath our fifth caution, inside of 36 laps tonight, Mark Jackson leading him into pit row one more time. Kevin Winter slightly passing up his pit stall just a hair. Joe Johnson up in second position. Kyle Snodgrass in the number 80, opting to stay out and get themselves a few laps led up here in the front of the line. Lee Ryerson up to third position in the number 14 Mountain Dew. Lee Staples, recent winner this week. Big shout out there to Lee. Jason Russo up to fifth position, staying out of trouble, staying clean. Michael Johnson in the AAA pad 004 in sixth position. How about it, Wally Tierheimer? You got a copy?
I do, Scott. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Wally. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
I'm glad to see you out here on this very special event here to celebrate the life of Mark Jackson's Mama Patty. Did you ever get a chance to talk to Mama Patty?
I did not, but I, you know, that you guys were always talking about her. I did see the last couple. I saw that last video of the race that I was in a couple weeks ago. I took second and Mark took first, and it was really nice to see her enjoying that. And you know, I'm just out here to support Mark and his family. You know, he's a great guy.
I tell you what, we appreciate that. But I'm out here talking to the fans about what Mama Patty really appreciated and what she really appreciated. We're not getting tonight, Wally. We are not getting those caution-free laps. What's going on out here in California?
Well, not a lot has happened. I've kind of started in the you know, late teens, and I've kind of worked my way up. And I think I'm in about 6th or 7th right now, and stuff has happened behind me. So I don't know what it is. We all just need to kind of pass when we can, but not when we have to. You know, don't force the issue. This is a long race, and a lot of people are forcing the issue when they don't have to. You wait another lap when you got a good run or something. People will let people go. You know, the guys that are real comfortable driving around everyone else, they'll let everyone else go when someone's got a good run. They're not going to be throwing blocks. There's a couple of blocks I've seen thrown out here that maybe were ill-advised, but for the most part up here everything has been pretty decent. I can't say for the back.
All righty, well, I tell you what, you stay up there in front, and maybe you could offer the field some good words of encouragement, because I tell you what, after talking to you, I'm feeling better already, Wally.
All right, Scott. Thanks a lot, man.
Good luck to you, brother.
Thanks.
Wally Tierheimer out there tonight representing Carl's Jr. and Hardy. Some good words from Wally Tierheimer. Mark Jackson has drifted back to position 5th underneath our 5th caution of the night. A lot of great looking trucks out here. Mark Jackson, definitely one of the sharper trucks in the over-the-top paints and designs. Budweiser, number 3, side by side right now with Wally Tierheimer. Judd Danielson looking pretty sharp in the number 17. Dirty Air. And there is Donald Sadusky, keeping a very close eye on both Mark and Donald. Love to see the tribute trucks getting up there to the front. Number 6, Dunkin' Donut, being driven by Chris Ho. Good to see Chris still out there. Drivers lined up, double file. Getting ready to get back in there and do it one more time, gentlemen. We'll try to get it right this time. Definitely looking for some green flag pit stops. Lap 39 up, 125, 86 to go. 5 lead changes.
Green flag.
Kyle Snodgrass out there on the front line in the number 80 with Joe Johnson. Lee Staples in the number 14 of Lee Ryerson trying to make a run. Mark Jackson back in 5th position. Lee Staples in the number 64. Definitely making up a little bit of time out here on lap 40 of 125. Lee Staples onto the rear end of the number 18 of Joe Johnson. Oftentimes it'll take it 2 or 3 solid laps, sometimes 4 or 5, to make a clean and safe pass out here at California. It's a very fast track, but it's a track of finesse. A little bit of banking, got to roll it in, roll it up. You can see the number 18 of Joe Johnson working every bit of this 5-lane wide track that he possibly can. Lee Staples following Joe Johnson pretty much line for line. Lee keeping good pace with Joe Johnson as they are slowly catching up to our race leader, Kyle Snodgrass, leading his 6th lap of the night. Big move out there by the number 18 of Joe Johnson, taking a lot more of that track real estate than what Lee is. But I'll tell you what, it does seem to be working. They are catching up with Kyle Snodgrass. Been working on it for about 3 to 4 laps now, almost there. Again, Lee not really looking like he's any type of a hurry situation right now. Plenty of time to get the job done. Kevin Winter, Mark Jackson sitting back in 4th and 5th. Still a lot of trucks out here tonight. 24 trucks still out here in contention. We've got 23 of them on the lead lap. Frederick Hofstetter, our 1 lap down driver. A little bit of confusion out there on the track. Slower traffic. That is the number 64 of Lee Staples. Lee Staples, not sure what happened to Lee, but losing several positions, drifting back to 15th. And Nick Reynolds working his way around the slower truck of Lee Staples. Not sure what happened to Lee there. He was up there in 4th position, dropping back now to 15th. Judd Danielson back to 9th position. Now this is what several drivers have mentioned already. You know, if they want to go, I'm going to let them go. And I tell you what, I think that there, let them hot doggers get up there to the front, burn up their stuff as they talk about it, burn up those proverbial tires, and we'll see what happens at the wash at the end of the night. Judd Danielson up near that wall. Plenty of room, though. Wesley Whitfield making a run down on that inside. Gary Whitmer Jr. in 11th. Brad Harris in 12th. Lap 46 of 125. Still several laps out from the possibility of a green flag pit stop here at Auto Club. Race really got off to a great start tonight, but along about lap 14, things went south. Hopefully we'll be able to get them back up onto north in an upwards direction as Joe Johnson leads his second lap of the night. All right, we've got some lead changes going on. 6 lead changes out here tonight. Kevin Winter has yet to lead any laps in that red Mountain Dew truck, but I tell you what, Kevin Winter might be getting a little bit hungry here on lap 48 of 125, side by side with Joe Johnson for the lead. Kevin Winter, Joe Johnson, slight contact. Joe Johnson up to that wall, and Kevin Winter with the pass. That's a nice little pass there by Kevin Winter. Get the red Mountain Dew truck up there to the front, but Joe Johnson coming back down onto that inside, not able to clear, losing momentum, and here comes the Mark Jackson down onto the inside of Joe Johnson. Mark Jackson up to 2nd position here on lap 48. Well, go Mark, go. We all want to see Mark Jackson win tonight. Here comes Donald Sadusky for 3rd position. Joe Johnson losing one more spot, dropping back to 4th position. We've got a Kevin Winter, Mark Jackson, Donald Sadusky, 1, 2, and 3. Joe Johnson back to 4th position. Jason Russo to 5th. Big action back here with Wally Tierheimer, Lee Ryerson, and Kyle Snodgrass. Gary Whitmer, the monkey in the middle, side by side with Judd. Here's a little bit of racing going on right now for what would be 6th and 7th place. Lee Ryerson, Wally Tierheimer, Judd Danielson, Gary Whitmer. Wesley's in that mix of things, along with Kyle Snodgrass and Nick Reynolds. That number 14 Mountain Dew truck moving his way up through there. That is the number 14 of Lee Ryerson Jr. Side by side with Jason Russo. Wally Tierheimer just right along, trying to stay out of trouble. Wally Tierheimer, Judd Danielson side by side, trying to work their way around Lee Ryerson and Jason Russo. Wally Tierheimer very close to that wall. Big drop down by the number 29 of Jason Russo. Judd Danielson down to that inside, making his run around. Wally Tierheimer will pass Wally Tierheimer for position of 7th. Wally's still fighting it up on the outside, not willing to give up that 7th position yet. Wesley Whitfield in 9th, Gary Whitmer Jr. in 10th. And here comes Wally down to the inside of Judd Danielson. Wally wanting that 7th position right back. Wally and Judd both putting on a very nice show tonight. Number 29, Jason Russo, 6th position. Wally Tierheimer seemingly to lose another spot back to 9th position, side by side with Wesley. Gary Whitmer Jr. in 10th. Wally had mentioned earlier, you know, he's no hurry. Wally had talked about seeing a few unnecessary blocking maneuvers out here tonight. Drivers being a little bit anxious. Wally Tierheimer definitely in no hurry, 3 wide with Wally, Wesley, and Gary, but plenty of room to do that. Very comfortable 3 wide position right there. All drivers showing each other the utmost respect on the track. Lee Staples dropping back to 12th position along with Brad Harris in 13th. Kyle Snodgrass. Now Kyle's led 9 laps out here tonight, currently back into 14th position. Dave Acacia in the number 20 DeWalt. Dollar General back in 15th. John Henderson, Chris Hogue, Donald Stewart, 16th, 17th, and 18th, and Michael Johnson in 19th. Joel Guy, Kevin Scott Nelson in 20th and 21st position. Gary Whitmer Sr. falling back to position 22, 14 seconds back off of our race leader, Mark McFadden, sitting at 18 seconds back in 23rd. Frederick Hostetter still back out there on the track, 2 laps down, but a big shout out there to Frederick. Never give up. Mark Jackson out there on that front line, leading his 20th lap of the night. And again, I say it again, it will be really awesome for Mark Jackson to win tonight's race. It would be an overpowering accomplishment for Mark Jackson to win the Mama Patty Memorial Race here at Auto Club. I tell you what, he's got some stiff competition out here with Kevin Winter and Donald Sadusky. I gotta say, this might be our longest green flag yet. It's definitely our longest green flag run since lap 14. Tires have settled in. Drivers have got to fill in that track. Donald Sadusky side by side with Kevin Winter. Donald Sadusky passing Kevin Winter. Donald Sadusky up to 2nd position. I think Kevin Winter, I think he's holding back, folks. I'll tell you what, I've been watching Kevin Winter quite a bit, and I tell you, I think he's got something under the hood of that Silverado. He's been doing a really good job tonight staying out of trouble. Mark Jackson, Donald Sadusky, Kevin Winter, Joe Johnson, all with clean trucks. Caution is out. Looking at the number 64. Well, I tell you what, this is going to take a little bit to sort out, because that there just looked weird, to be honest with you. Okay, first off, we got a little bit, nope, no contact between the 54 and Gary Whitmer. That was looking like a little bit of contact, but it was not. Two trucks getting together, and that's all she wrote. Unfortunately, 4 trucks going for a ride. Tough break for the number 74 of Wesley Whitfield. Taking a hard hit. And right there is the contact with Lee Staples and Wally. I'll tell you what, folks, I hate calling them. We'll take one more look at it, though. That one there is just a hard one to look at. The contact between Lee Staples, Wally Tierheimer. Wally has been up there minding his own business all night. I'll tell you what, that one there is the first incident that Wally has been into. Lee Staples definitely will be taking a backup vehicle tonight. Mark Jackson leading underneath our 6th caution of the night, almost at that halfway point, lap 60 of 125 in the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Underneath caution. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, in the Memorial Race for Mama Patty, lap 62 of 125. Pretty much at that halfway point. 10 lead changes, 6 cautions totaling 20 laps. So we've seen 43 of the 63 go green. And, you know, I had talked and bragged at the beginning of tonight's broadcast about how Auto Club is a favorite track. It's a favored track. And it's a track they've gone caution-free at many, many, many times. Well, not tonight. Not tonight. Something in the water. Something in the air. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen. But it has been a rough one out here tonight at California. Donald Sadusky Up there in the front line with the Ryan Sadusky Memorial Tribute Truck. He'll be starting side by side with Mark Jackson, and that is exactly what I want to see up there. Position 1 and 2. Next Saturday, we're going to be doing the Ryan Sadusky 3-year Memorial Tribute Race for Donald. So that would be really cool for Donald to be up there in front and get a 1-2 with Mark Jackson tonight. Donald Sadusky, Mark Jackson, Kevin Winter, Judd Danielson, Nick Reynolds has made it up to the top 5 at the halfway point. Gary Whitmer Jr. in 7th. Fred Hofstetter, first driver, lap down, 2 laps down in 23rd.
Green flag, green flag. Everybody's rolling.
Very nice restart. Donald Sadusky, Kevin Winter, Mark Jackson, positions 1, 2, and 3. Nick Reynolds showing severe damage on the back end. The number 54. Nick Reynolds, Jason Russo, side by side. Drivers using every bit of this wide track that they can find on it. Trying to muster every bit of speed in these corners. Donald Sadusky leading 4 laps. Kevin Winter leading 6. Mark Jackson leading 24 laps out here tonight. Mark Jackson with the most laps led. Judd Danielson has led 1. Jason Russo in 5th position looking to lead a lap or 2 before tonight's race is over. Number 64, Lee Staples, down onto that apron. Lee Staples back to 21st position. Had been in the top 4 just a few laps ago as the number 78 of Donald Stewart, the number 14. And there goes by those 2 Twinkie trucks. Donald Stewart and Lee Ryerson both fond of the Mountain Dew. Working their way around the number 64 of Lee Staples. Michael Johnson back into 16th position. Mark McFadden, the number 48, holding his own back here in position 16. Joe Johnson for position 13th and the number 18 tonight. Joe Johnson's run a very clean race tonight. He's gotten up to the front a couple of times. Brad Harris in position 11, the number 24. I haven't talked about Brad a lot. Driver I'm not very familiar with. The driver has come over tonight to show his support for Mark and Mama Patty. And the number 24, John Deere. But staying out of trouble. Brad has caused no trouble out here tonight. Slowly working his way up through the pack. You know, that's what you got to do. You got to take your time. You definitely got to take your time. Number 80, Kyle Snodgrass, side by side with the number 98 of Kevin Winter. Kevin Winter trying to work his way back up to the front of the pack. Number 80 in trouble, and there goes the number 74. Number 74, Wesley Whitfield, going for a ride. Caution will fly. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the number 74 of Wesley Whitfield, and you can tell how easily it happens. A little bit loose coming across the nose of the number 91 of Joel Guy. Incredible hit there for the number 74. Not entirely the fault of Wesley Whitfield, though. Looks like, I do believe Kyle Snodgrass just pretty much whipped across the front of his nose. A little bit of one of those blocks, possibly, that Wally had mentioned. Tough break for Wesley Whitfield. Underneath our 7th caution of the night, lap 70 of 125. Donald Sadusky leading his 9th lap of the night. Good to see Donald and Mark Jackson and Judd holding a very solid positions 1, 2, and 3. And at this point in time, not so sure that we're going to see any green flag pit stops tonight. It's still possible, but we are closing the gaps on those green flag pit stops as we speak. 54 laps to go. If we go caution-free here on out, we would see another green flag pit stop. But ladies and gentlemen, not sure that's going to happen or not. Michael Johnson up to 2nd position. Underneath caution. Donald Sadusky leading. Mark Jackson, Judd Danielson, Jason Russo down pit road. One more time. Don't reckon tire wear is going to really be an issue out here tonight. Not really getting able to run the long green flag runs that we're hoping for. Nick Reynolds not taking his backup vehicle, but showing pretty severe damage on the rear end of the number 54. Obviously not showing not having too much of a difficulty with the truck's performance. I'll tell you what, that ass end of it looks like he backed up into a telephone pole. In-car camera with the number 78 of Donald Stewart underneath caution. Mark Jackson to 6th position. Kevin Winter back into 7th. Lee Ryerson will take that number 1 spot up there underneath caution. Well, good job there for Lee Ryerson, leading his first lap of the night. Now we'll have to see if Lee Ryerson stays out or ducks back into pit row. A lot of decision making to be made out here as the laps do wind down. 53 laps to go underneath caution-free circumstances. Well, we're looking at just about 20 or 25 minutes. And we're going to put these puppies to bed. Driver dependent upon cautions, though. The boys are wearing us out tonight. Lee Ryerson, Judd Danielson, Jason Russo, our top 3 on lap 72 of 125. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, underneath caution, lap 73 of 125. And the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Big shout out there to Mark Jackson. And I tell you what, Mark is representing Mama Patty very well out here tonight. Has led 24 of the 73 laps out here at Auto Club. Currently in fifth position as we are back to green flag racing. Lee Ryerson out there on that start line along with Judd Danielson and Jason Russo up to third position. But look at this tight wad right here. This is a tight wad of racers. They are wound up tighter than a clock here with Donald Stewart, Kevin Winter. That is just a mess right there. Tighter than a hair in a biscuit. Drivers coming out of it very well. 3 wide for the front, for the lead. 3 wide with Judd, with Jason, with Lee. Lee backing off. Judd on the outside. Jason coming on that inside. Jason Russo will take the lead. But here comes Nick Reynolds charging hard. Nick Reynolds on the inside of Kevin Winter. Kevin Winter in that bright red truck sitting back there in fourth place. Nick Reynolds in the yellow Rockstar running hard. Almost incidental contact there with Donald Stewart. Mark Jackson trying to work his way back on the outside lane. Wally Tierheimer still in it to win it along with Kyle Snodgrass sitting back in ninth. This is your top 9 drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Winter, look at that red truck go. Kevin Winter back up to third position. Lee Ryerson putting on a good show. Donald Stewart up to fifth. Mountain Dew trucks making it happen out here tonight. Well, that's pretty cool. Mountain Dew for fourth and fifth. Kevin Winter on third, Judd on second, Jason Russo trying to lead his third lap of the night. Mark Jackson trapped up on that inside lane side by side with Nick Reynolds. Nick Reynolds making a run side by side with 78, trapped up by the 14 to 78. What are you going to do with a double Mountain Dew? 3 wide. Nick going into a 3 wide situation. Plenty of room for the 3 wide. He can fit a tanker truck sideways. Tell you what, no worry about that 3 wide. We don't get worried till it's 5 wide out here in California. What do you think? Mark Jackson with a big run off the draft of the number 14 Nick Reynolds. We're off the 14 of Lee Ryerson. Nick in the number 54. Kevin Winter still putting on a good show up front. Fourth position for Kevin. Donald to third. Donald big run on Judd. Donald side by side with Judd. But can they catch Jason? Now that is the question. Lap 78 of 125. 47 laps to go. Jason Russo leading 4 laps tonight. Donald Stewart nary a lap led. But I tell you what, he has made his presence known, folks. Kevin Winter going to thread that needle. Incidental contact with the rear end of Donald Stewart. Well, that'll slow you down. Judd Danielson, what a battle royale. Very impressed with Judd Danielson tonight. Mark Jackson still hanging back there in 7th position onto the rear end of Nick Reynolds. Nick Reynolds one more time going to try to work his way around the number 14 of Lee Ryerson. Lee Ryerson back to 5th position with Nick Reynolds on the inside. And here goes Nick. Bye-bye, Mountain Dew. Here goes Mark Jackson charging hard to the front on the inside of Lee Ryerson. Mark Jackson on the inside lane now, but again, look at these top 4 drivers. Jason Russo, Donald Stewart, Judd Danielson, Kevin Winter. And folks, I still think Kevin Winter has something up his sleeve. This cat has been quiet. This cat has been clean. This cat has been in the front most of the night, leading only 6 laps. But I tell you what, those 6 laps, he is getting her done. Jason Russo, our current race leader, doing a great job out here tonight. Up to 7th lap led Donald Stewart down to the inside. Judd Danielson in his rear view. Jason Russo with Pro Automotive out of Dudley, Massachusetts. And here goes Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart making a run onto that outside lane. Not quite enough. No, 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 says Jason Russo. But Judd Danielson says, Donald, move it or lose it, brother. I'm coming up that rear end alley and I'm getting ready to take it 3 wide. Kevin Winter down to that inside. Keep an eye on this red truck, ladies and gentlemen. This red truck right here. This young man, he is making it happen tonight. Judd Danielson just all over the rear end of Jason Russo. Whoa, there goes Donald Stewart into that wall. Tough break for Donald. Get out of the wall, Donald. Oh, contact. That'll be a caution. Yes, no, maybe caution is out. All right, wow, ladies and gentlemen, we had those cameras right on there live, and I tell you what, that was intense. Now, right there, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at Donald Stewart getting into that wall just a little bit. Or as Donald Stewart got into that wall, right there is a rear end collision, sending Donald off that track. The 80 off the wall into the number 6 of Chris Hogue. And unfortunately, I do believe that will end the night for Chris Hogue. He will definitely be using his backup. I think he's already used his backup. That may end the night for Chris Hogue. Hey, well, I tell you what, Jason Russo, he has worked the tires off of that Chevy Silverado, getting up there to the number, getting that 29 up there to the front line. That was the most exciting little bit of racing we've had tonight. Still not ruining the chances of a green flag pit stop, though, tonight. 42 to go. Jason Russo leading him in the pit road. I tell you what, folks, right there, Jason Russo, Judd Danielson, Kevin Winter, Mark Jackson, Nick Reynolds, our top 5. Wow, that is some very intense racing going on right there. Gary Whitmer Jr. sitting back in 13th position. Gary Whitmer, one of our smart drivers. Nick Reynolds making his way out of pit row. What a race off of pit row that was indeed. I tell you what, folks, that was pretty intense right there. But I will drop Jason Russo down to 7th position. But what a night so far for Jason Russo with Pro Automotive. How about it, Jason? Have you got a copy?
I got you, Scott. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I tell you what, I have a lot of fun up here now that the cautions, I think the cautions have settled down. But I tell you what, the last 5 minutes of that race, that took my breath away. Tell me about that battle up there with you and Kevin and Judd.
Yeah, that was a good battle we had going there for the lead. Seems like it calmed down a little bit. A little crazy there the first half, a lot of caution after caution. But I think everyone's got their setup figured out and ready to get this finished up on the green.
Well, I tell you what, we are running a little heavy on the cautions tonight for Auto Club. Oftentimes we've gone caution-free here. But, you know, it's still a great occasion, a great night for racing. I know you were a big fan of Mama Patty, and Mama Patty came out, and she watched all of the boys at KMA Racing. What are your thoughts now on Mark Jackson? If Mark Jackson gets up there to you, are you going to really battle him, or are you going to cut him some slack? Because it is his night.
It's his night, but we are racing, so I'm sure Mama Patty would want us all to race hard like we always do.
All right, I tell you what, keep up the good work. You've definitely made your presence known. And real quick, tell us a little bit about Pro Automotive.
Pro Automotive, a little auto repair shop we got out in Dudley, Massachusetts, actually opening up a second location in the next month. So check us out online, www.proautomotivema.com.
All righty, congratulations on that second location, and hopefully we'll see you at the finish line.
Will do. Thanks, Scott.
All righty, Jason Russo, our Tuesday night sponsor, opening up a second location. Well, that's pretty darn awesome right there. I tell you what. One more quick interview because we got to talk to this cat. There is no way we are getting out of tonight's race without talking to this cat right here. How about it, Nick?
What's going on, Scott?
I tell you what, been having a lot of fun up here, watching you and Jason beating and banging, and Kevin and Judd, and the front runners doing a great job. But I got to ask you, the ass end of that Rockstar Chevy Silverado looked like he backed into a telephone pole pretty seriously. You haven't gotten it fixed yet. What's up with that?
We only have 11 seconds of optional. I can't really look at the truck from, the back bumper from inside the truck, but I don't think it's slowing me down too bad. But we got one quick fix left. Or you trying to save it for later on?
Well, I tell you what, that sounds mighty wise of you, and you're right. It's not slowing you down any at all. But I tell you what, I got to feel sorry for the telephone pole you must have backed into. Do you think you got a chance at tonight's race?
Man, I don't know. These cats up here are pretty tough. I really want to see Mark win it, to be honest with you. I mean, for Mama Patty, but either way, I'm going to try my best. But, if it comes down to it, I hope Mark wins it, honestly.
All right, I tell you, I know he's got you down there with him and Mama Patty riding shotgun. All right, good luck to you, Nick.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Nick Reynolds, not worried at all about that rear end damage. All right. Well, we're going to see how that works out with him. Judd Danielson, Kevin Winter, lap 86 of 125. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, I want Mark to win. I truly do want Mark to win, but my eyes are really on this number 98, Kevin Winter. I don't know much about him. I know I've raced him a few times, but I tell you what, he is just, it's like he's a ghost and he's there. He's just there. No problem, no ego. He's just there. Kevin Winter on the outside lane. Judd Danielson on the inside lane. Judd Danielson with a slight jump. That'll put Kevin and Nick side by side just about. Kevin a little bit faster. Kevin trying to get down. Can he get down? Judd Danielson utilizing every bit of that track. Kevin is down. Nick in third. Lee Staples back up to fourth position. Mark Jackson in fifth. Wally Tierheimer coming hard on the outside. Wally kissing that wall. Ooh, Wally, don't hit the wall. Well, that's going to slow Wally down just a hair. Dropping back down to seventh position. Donald Sadusky in eighth. Jason Russo in ninth. Jason Russo, we'll see him right back up at that front here within a few laps. I can guarantee that. Lee Staples has been doing a great job tonight. Lee Staples in third position. Contact there with Nick and Mark. Just a slight brushing. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Slowed Mark down. Wally's coming up onto the rear end of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson below speed. Mark Jackson with Joe Johnson on the outside. Hang on to her, Mark. Hang on to her. Ooh, that's going to slow Mark up. Mark drifting up high. That's going to mess Mark up 3 wide with Wally. Gary Whitmer still up in there. But Mark Jackson up on that outside lane. Nick Reynolds pushing to the front. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a race going on. Nick Reynolds sitting in fourth position. Lee Staples up to third. Judd Danielson leading his 6th lap of the night. I tell you what, we had talked earlier to Joel. He said the tension was out there on tonight's track, but I tell you what, I am thinking the tension is going down because the racing's getting better. There goes the number 18 of Joe Johnson going for a ride. Caution is out. Unfortunately, the number 18 of Joe Johnson coming around that corner and giving a little bit too much gas. Not enough brake. A little bit of contact there with the 29 possibly, but it looks like the 18 broke loose, gets tagged by Gary Whitmer. Ooh, nowhere Gary Whitmer could go at all. I mean, he was just there. Absolute nothing that could be done for Gary Whitmer. You close your eyes, you hang on to that ride. The number 18 was already loose, narrowly missing Mark, but tagging the number 5, and then the number 5 getting tagged again by the number 20, I think. Gary Whitmer, double hit right there. Tough break for Gary Whitmer Jr. Judd Danielson out there on that front line underneath our 9th caution of the night. Judd Danielson, Kevin Winter, Nick Reynolds, positions 1, 2, and 3. 34 to go. We are at our fuel window. Ladies and gentlemen, kiss, kiss, kiss those green flag pit stops goodbye, because if these drivers pit right now, there's no need for a green flag pit stop here on out. And Judd Danielson leads back in underneath caution on lap 91 of 125. Lee Ryerson still putting on one hell of a show out here tonight. Kevin Winter in 3rd position in that number 98 Mountain Dew. Very impressed with Kevin. Nick's putting on a good show. Mark up there in 2nd place. And I tell you what, for Mark still to be up in 2nd place, you know he's got Mama Patty riding shotgun. Got to have an angel up there in those front seats, because I tell you what, it has been a crazy, crazy, crazy night out here tonight at California, running very heavy on the cautions, but a lot of fun. We're closing down, 33 laps to go. 92 laps ran, 29 laps ran underneath caution, so we're at about a two-third ratio right there. So I guess that's not too terrible, but I tell you what, we're going to talk to Kevin Winter, because I think Kevin Winter may possibly be our sleeper. How about it, Kevin? Have you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you, bud.
All right, I was going to say, I hope you're there, because you have been the talk of tonight's racing. You are my pick for the win, good sir, and I am calling you a sleeper. Talk to me about your night tonight.
Oh, it's been fun. It's a little bit up and down. We got into a couple of sticky situations that I really didn't want to be in, but all in all, I wish we just get a nice green flag run here, and we'll see how the tires hold out and see if we can get back up to the front.
Now, if I've been keeping track of my cautions, though, you're still on your original vehicle, are you not?
A little bit, yeah. We have a little bit of right side damage, just getting a little close to the wall there a little bit and trying to use as much of the track as we can.
Well, I tell you what, you seem to be in a really, really good spot. You seem to be very comfortable here. You're surrounded with a lot of good drivers up here. Anybody particular up there that you're really keeping your eye on, that you know you're going to be racing that last lap win for?
There's, to be honest with you, there's quite a few of them there. You know, we got the 3, 17, 78, we got the 19 and 14. I mean, everyone down here tonight has been pretty fast and pretty dominant, so it's try to keep our head in the game and be smart about it.
All right, I tell you what, good luck to you, sir. I wish you all the best in tonight's race, and don't let me down.
10-4, bud. Thank you.
Big shout out there to the number 98, Kevin Winter. Lee Ryerson up there in position 1. All right. Big shout out there to Lee Ryerson up there running with the big boys tonight. How about it, Lee Ryerson? You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing good. Well, look at you. Tell me all about it.
Doing pretty good. You know, I had a couple little problems in the beginning, but otherwise, it's working out pretty good. I should have enough fuel and tires to make it the rest of the way. See how it goes, but I'm enjoying it, and you know,
well,
happy as hell right now.
well, you ought to be happy as hell right now, because I tell you what, you're doing really good up there. But if you look in your rear view mirror, get past the burger guy. You got to get past Wally and that old burger. Behind Wally is your twin, the number 78 Mountain Dew. What is going on with all these Mountain Dew trucks out here tonight?
I have no idea. You know, I built a whole new setup because I moved and I was out for a while, so I'm in a new car. And I was still stuck in the Christmas paint scheme, so I finally put a paint scheme on that I thought nobody else was running. And apparently everybody else is running Mountain Dew. And the funny thing is I moved to Pennsylvania and everybody drinks Mountain Dew, so, you know, who knows. But, yeah, thank you, everybody. And I hope Mommy Patty up there is watching and laughing and having a good time. I'm sure she's not happy about all the cautions, but hopefully you can finish this under green and have a nice, exciting race.
Well, I tell you what, you know, Mama Patty was happy as long as everybody was having a good time. And she's got to be happy with Mark tonight, because Mark right now is in 7th place. He's coming. He's coming for you.
I hope so. You know, I'm not going to hold anybody back, but, you know, let's see how it goes. I was running 3rd in practice for the whole time, so I've been holding back, had a couple little incidences, and that's what happened, but we're getting ready to go green, so I'll talk to you later, bud.
Good luck to you. Pace car is in, and away they go one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, map 94.
Ready, green flag.
Of 125, Lee Ryerson up on that front line. Wally Tierheimer pushing hard. Donald Sadusky on that outside. Jason Russo, no fear, on that outside, and away they go. Good to see Wally up here. 14, 29, side by side, trying to get up to Sadusky. Sadusky, the number 19, Ryan Sadusky Memorial Tribute Truck. Join us next Saturday, same bat time, same bat cave, same bat drivers. We're going 3 wide for that lead, possibly with Judd Danielson, Jason Russo, Sadusky, Judd holding back, Judd holding back. There is that hole. Jason closing that door on the outside. Jason on the outside of the number 19, 29, 19, 17, 75, 14. Here comes Kevin Winter. Contact. There it is. There goes my Mountain Dew boys right there, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at the number 98 and the number 14. Is that the number 98? Say it isn't so, Joe. No, right there, backing it up. All right, we got to get a better look at that, ladies and gentlemen, because we have got to know what happened right there to bring that one out. That was ugly. All right, so we know we got the 14. We know we got Wally involved. Tough break for Wally, and here we go. Right there it is. Wally and, let's see, the 75 and the 14. Ooh, tough break. Well, 2 Mountain Dews and a burger on the side of the road. What more could you ask for on a Saturday night? Wow. Donald Stewart, Wally taking on some damage. That'll keep Jason Russo up there in that front line positioning, though. Jason Russo, Donald Sadusky, Judd Danielson, Kevin Winter, Mark Jackson, Nick Reynolds are our top 6. Well, I tell you what a night out here tonight. 10 cautions, 32 laps, lap 97 of 125. Now comes the have I got enough fuel situation. Mark Jackson still in it to win it. 9th position in pit row. Jason Russo out there on that front line. Judd up in 3rd. Been a hell of a race out here tonight. Even with the 10 cautions, I tell you what, we have seen a pretty fair amount of hard and heavy racing out here tonight. Mark McFadden in position number 6 and the number 48. Still in it. Nick Reynolds in 5th position. Wally Tierheimer, what a fight for Wally. Positioning number 8. Mark Jackson will come off a caution in position 9. Michael Johnson in position 10. Gary Whitmer Jr. still in it to win it in position 12. Big shout out there to Gary Whitmer Jr. for graciously supplying that beautiful video for Mama Patty. This is the Mama Patty Memorial Race. Big shout out there to Mark Jackson for allowing KMA the honor of putting this memorial race on for his beloved mother. Mama Patty, life well lived, recently departing from this earth, still in our hearts, forever in our minds, forever riding shotgun with Mark Jackson. Now she's got to get Mark Jackson back up there to the front of the line tonight. Mark Jackson currently in 9th position. Jason Russo leading 12 laps. Donald Sadesky leading 12 laps. Judd leading 9. Kevin leading 6. Mark Jackson still our lap leader, leading 24. How about it, Mark? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, how you doing, Mark McFadden? You're putting on a good show up there, positioning of 6th right now. What do you think of tonight's race?
Well, it's been a few stop and goes here, but it's a fun track, and it's a nice setup they've got put into this truck. So I've been kind of up and down all night, up to the front, up to the back, but just trying to be patient.
Well, now we are down to go time. There's no more, we've lost the possibility of any green flag pit stops. Green flag pit stops, they are out the door. We are now looking at a 25-lap shootout, but I don't think that we have gone more than 25 laps of green flag racing tonight. What is your prediction from here on out?
I think it's time that we go the rest of the way without a caution, so that's my prediction, and I say we're going to have a great battle with 2 to go.
All right, well, I tell you what, you could be that sleeper. You haven't led a lap yet, but you only got to lead one. What do you think?
Well, if I'm going to lead one, that would be the one, that's for sure. But I'm just proud to be here and happy I was invited to come and participate. And be here to support Mark Jackson, of course.
All right, well, we're glad to have you here, Mark, and good luck to you.
Thanks very much. Great job up in the booth, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Hopefully our last caution of the night, but I tell you what, it has been a barn burner out here tonight. Not sure if the officials may have come down, greased up that track. I don't know what's going on with that track. But I tell you what, it's been a little bit of a slick track tonight. But we're still all in it to win it. Putting on a good show for Mark Jackson and his family. Want to give one final shout out there to our dearly departed Mama Patty, Patricia Kraft. She is the subject of tonight's 2.5-hour broadcast. Never met her myself, but I talked to her on our race com. And I tell you what, she's a lovely woman, wonderful mother, beloved grandmother, friend, advisor, a hootin' and a holler. I can hear her now hooting and hollering at Mark. Get on up there. Go, go, go. Mark Jackson said that Mama Patty would say, go, go, go. And look at Nick Reynolds going, 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 gone. Side by side there with the number 98. Well, what happens when you mix a little yellow and red? What color do you get? Nick Reynolds looking like he might be a little bit out of control right there on that apron. Nick and Kevin putting on a little bit of a show. There goes Judd around the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Jason Russo up in front. 102 of 125, 23 to go. Jason and Judd and Donald putting on a show tonight. Jason Russo, our Tuesday night sponsor in our Tuesday night truck series. That would be pretty cool for Jason to win. Judd Danielson, definitely. He deserves it at this point in time. So does Donald, Nick, Wally, Kevin, Mark. Any of these drivers tonight deserve this win. But I tell you what, you know, no, 5 of them, 6 of them right now, 7 of them, our top 7 drivers stand out for sure. Because I tell you what, they have, well, they're not only in the top 7, just they've ran it and they've ran it hard. Wally Tierheimer definitely has taken his beatings tonight, but he's up there in 5th place. Nick Reynolds has been a charger up through this field tonight, but always falling just that much short. Not a lap led, nary a lap led for Nick Reynolds. Donald Sadusky now, he's led 12 up there. Judd's led 9. Jason Russo second only to Mark Jackson. Jason Russo has led 17. Well, he's only got to lead 21 more and he can get her done tonight. Judd Danielson running a little bit of a different line there from Jason Russo. Jason Russo sliding a little bit higher than Judd would prefer to run. Donald Sadusky sitting back just waiting and waiting. I had called Kevin Winter my sleeper, but unfortunately now Kevin has dropped back to position 14. Tough break there for Kevin Winter. And he was my pick. Kevin Winter right now at 5.9 seconds back. Well, Kevin's going to need a caution to come back from this one here, I'll tell you what. Jason Russo up on his 19th lap. Judd Danielson in 2nd position. Donald Sadusky, Nick Reynolds, Wally Tierheimer, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson still charging up through that field, a half a second back. 19 to go. Lee Staples still in it. Nick Reynolds up to the wall. Not sure what happened to Nick Reynolds, but Nick Reynolds losing a lot of time on that lap. Nick Reynolds back to 9th. Nick Reynolds still dropping, settling down to 9th. Possibly will lose one more position to Michael Johnson. Judd Danielson up on that front line. Jason Russo back to 6th. My, how things change. We just had Jason Russo up there in the lead. Jason Russo down to 6th. Jan Danielson up to 1st. Gary Whitmer Jr. up to 8th. Nick Reynolds back down to 9th. Mark Jackson holding steady in position 4. Wally up to 3rd. Go, Wally, go. Donald Sadusky in 2nd position. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it is anybody's game right now. Judd, Donald, Wally. Caution is out. And there is the contact there. Oh no, Mark got involved in it. Say it isn't so, as well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, again, you know, I refuse to make my own personal judgment, but I don't know right there. We got to look at it. Oh, ooh, that. You know, I want to look at that one more time. So I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that is a heartbreaker right there for Mark Jackson and Lee Staples. Mark Jackson taking a hard hit upside down all around. Hopefully Mark will have that backup vehicle, but it certainly does appear that the number 64 might have had a little something to do with that. I tell you what, heartbreaker right there. Nonetheless, 11th caution of the night, lap 109 of 125. Judd Danielson, Donald Sadusky, Wally Tierheimer, Jason Russo, Mark McFadden making up our top 5. Now, the one we're going to keep a very close eye on right now is Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson has got to get in and out of pit row as soon as possible to ensure that Mark does not fall a lap down. Pretty sure he's got a reset left. Certainly hope he's got a reset left. That'll put Lee Staples out there on that front line. Going to get a quick chat in with Lee Staples. How about it, Lee? Have you got a copy? Lee Staples, have you got a copy?
Got you, Scott. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Lee?
I feel like a punching bag tonight, honestly.
Yeah, I tell you what, we were reviewing that footage right there between you and the number 3 of Mark Jackson. And I tell you what, that was a hard one to call right there. Talk to me about what was going on right there.
You know what, Scott, that's my fault. I apologize to Mark Jackson, but I was out of the gas at the time. I feel like he came down on me and I had nowhere to go. But, you know, you don't always see things in the truck that you see on a replay. So if it's my fault, I apologize wholeheartedly.
Well, you know what? It's one of them things that I myself don't like to call, but I looked at it from three different angles. I couldn't tell what the hell happened right there other than two boys racing it out. What do you think?
Well, I hate to wreck the sponsor of this race, so I feel bad about that, even if it wasn't my fault. So,
well, I tell you what, you know, it is what? It's 15 to go, and you know, you and Mark Jackson both, you both deserve to win tonight's race because you both have heart. Mark will get back up there, but I tell you what, now the question of the hour is 15 to go. You're up there on the front. Have you got a clean truck, and can you get her done?
I've got a clean truck. I've got a clean truck, Scott, but I don't know if I can get it done or not. Looks like I'm the only one that stayed out, didn't pit for tires, so I may be a sitting duck.
And you think those tires might come into effect?
I'm afraid it will.
Now you've already got one win underneath your belt this week. Is that correct?
Yeah, I won the Thursday Night Thunder at Daytona on Thursday.
Well, hell, that's a bitch to win right there at Daytona, I tell you what.
Yeah, I get lucky every once in a while and win one.
All right. Well, you know, you're looking good out there representing Black Talon. Good luck to you. Maybe you can make it a twofer. But I tell you what, Mark, he's coming for you.
I'm sure he is.
All right, good luck to you, Lee.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, underneath our 11th caution of the night, drivers are still in high spirits, having a good time out here tonight. Lee Staples, Jason Russo, Donald, Judd Danielson, Donald Sadusky, Wally Tierheimer. Our top 5, Donald Stewart, Gary Whitmer, Mark McFadden, Michael Johnson, Brad Harris, rounding out our top 10. Now, unfortunately, that has sent Mark Jackson 2 laps down. So, well, you know, Mark is the first driver a lap down, but he's 2 laps down. The way tonight's race has gone, ladies and gentlemen, anything can happen. Anything can absolutely happen. So all is not lost. Lee Staples out there on that front line, though, right now as we speak. Representing up Blacktown Racing side by side with the number 29 of Jason Russo. Number 19 of Donald Sadusky back in 3rd. Judd Danielson back in 4th. Wally back in 5th. This could be Wally's night. Where do you want to be with 13 to go? Do you want to be up in the front? Do you want to be in 3rd? Do you want to be in 2nd? You know, I mean, this is like Black Friday right now, folks. This is like Black Friday. Where do you want to be when those doors open up? Lee might get runned over. Jason might get runned over. Well, we're getting ready to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here at Auto Club. I want to give a big shout out there to the fans on the KMA TV chat channel. Big shout out there to the ladies out there. Becky Whitmer, Michelle McMaster Eisenhower. Showing up to support Mark Jackson. Field has dwindled away. About 18 drivers left. Started out with 29 drivers tonight. "11 cautions has taken its toll. 11 cautions totaling out 39 laps of 125. 1/3 of tonight's race has been spent underneath caution, and there they are, 3 wide. Wally, Jason, and the number 19, 3 wide. Back down to 2 wide. Judd Danielson on the outside. Wally in the inside. Lee Staples, the monkey, in the middle. And here goes Jason Russo to that outside. We are 3 wide for that lead. Judd Danielson up high. Wally down low. Lee Staples stuck in the middle. Jason on the outside. There goes Jason. Backwards goes Lee. Lee back down to 4th position. Gary Whitmer Jr. trying to make a run up there in 7th position on the outside. Donald Stewart in the Mountain Dew truck. Number 78, Donald Sadusky, looking at the rear end of the number 19. Trying to work his way around Lee Staples. Lap 114 of 125. 10 to go. 21 lead changes out here tonight. Donald wants this bad. Donald wants this race very, very, very badly. And so does Judd. So does Jason. So does Wally. Lee Staples drifting up high. Lee Staples back to 6th. Donald Sadusky. Donald Stewart. Side by side. 10 to go. 9 to go. 116 of 125. Donald Stewart up high. Donald Sadusky down low in 4th spot. He's got to catch up to Wally. He's got to catch up to Jason. It can be done, ladies and gentlemen. Judd Danielson, Jason Russo. What a race up front. What a race up front. Now, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to get realistic here. Mark Jackson, he's put on a hell of a show. God love him. God love Mama Patty. But I don't think Mark Jackson is going to be able to win tonight's race. He's 2 laps down. So we got to look on to the future. We got to look on to the next 6.5 minutes. Judd Danielson, Jason Russo. There is the race right here, ladies and gentlemen. Judd Danielson, Jason Russo, Wally Tierheimer. Very impressed with these 3 drivers that are up here. Now, Wally Tierheimer, he started back there in 14th position tonight. Judd Danielson started back in 7th position. Jason Russo started back in 23rd. Can you believe that? 23rd position. 22 lead changes later, 11 cautions, totaling out 39 laps. And Jason Russo, starting 23rd, is our race leader, side by side with Judd Danielson. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, what a fight we have on our hands. Now, we are going to do something here that I do every now and then. We're going to jump down onto the radio channel, and we're going to see what the boys are talking about. So you just hang on there. You listen. Oh, there goes Jason. Hang on to it, Jason.
Debris.
Debris. They called it debris caution. Oh, no, there it is right there. Lady, well, that's a whole lot of debris, I tell you what, folks, right there. 48 into the 54. Oh, wow. 48 into the 54. Tough break. Wow, but I tell you what, that 54, he worked hard tonight. 48, Mark McFadden into the 54. Dang, tough break there for Nick Reynolds and Mark McFadden. I tell you what, let's jump down there. Let's listen to him underneath caution. Now the question is, are they actually even talking underneath caution? Now, unfortunately, we are in channel. We're not hearing anything as the boys are underneath caution. Judd Danielson out there in front. Jason Russo in 2nd position.
Damn, wish I didn't have this little bit of right front damage.
Donald Stewart.
Surprised I can hang in as good as I can.
Donald Stewart talking about that right side damage. Now we are in channel with the drivers, and I tell you what, nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. It's been a long night out here. 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I tell you what, Judd Danielson might have this wrapped up. We've talked to Judd. We've talked to Jason. We've talked to Wally. We've talked to Donald. We've talked to Donald Stewart. I tell you what, we've talked to a lot of people out here tonight. Mark Jackson getting one of those laps back. You go, Mark Jackson. All right, Mark Jackson getting one of those laps back. Good job there, Mark. All right, not a whole lot of chat channel activity going down in there in that KMA TV channel. Everybody's quiet. It's 4 to go. I tell you what, the tension is thick. We're going to get one more chat in with our race control guy, Joel Guy. How about it, Joel Guy? Have you got a copy?
I got a copy, Scott.
Well, I tell you what, I had jumped down there into that chat channel hoping to get a little bit of chatter. But boy, it's thick down there. It's quiet. What's going on?
I've been screaming.
You've been screaming. Oh, it's not been that bad.
Get these drivers under control to have a green flag race instead of cautions all night long, and so they haven't been talking too much with me screaming.
Oh, sometimes you got to drop that hammer. But I tell you what, it's not been that bad. I've had a lot of fun up here. Now, we're at 121 of 125. We're going to be looking at about a 2-lap shootout. Do you think?
Not unless we get 2 to go on this lap. We just got 2 to green.
We just got 2 to green. All right, well, I tell you what, we're going to keep you up here in channel with me so you can let me know if we're going to have a little bit of a shootout. But I tell you what, real quick, tell us your thoughts about Mama Patty, because really tonight, that's what tonight is about. You were there that one night that we had Mama Patty up there on TeamSpeak, I think.
Oh, yeah. Mama Patty was, she was a fun lady to chat with and talk to. And she was very much into watching Mark race on iRacing and watching KMA race iRacing. And we're going to miss her very much because she was one of our biggest fans.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I remember that night, and, you know, she was like everybody's grandma, everybody's mom, you know, and she would sit back there in her favorite chair, and she would watch Mark up there on the big screen. She lived to watch her young man Mark race, I tell you what.
Absolutely she did, and like I said, Mama Patty, we're going to miss you dearly at KMA. Rest in peace.
Now, next Saturday, we've got another memorial tribute race for Ryan Sadusky and Donald Sadusky. It's going to be out there on the Speedway of Talladega. Tonight, we're looking at 12 cautions at Auto Club. Could this be a prelude to next Saturday?
I certainly hope not. I hate putting on these memorial races and running more caution laps than we do green flag laps.
Well, what do you think the problem was tonight, Joel? Because really, I know we had some leads coming in, but I've been watching the drivers, and I know who's making mistakes. And there's not a lot of stranger danger going on. It's me and you, regular old guys. What are we doing wrong out here tonight?
The drivers were too aggressive to start with. They were racing like it was a 5-lap shootout instead of a 125-lap race.
All righty, well, I tell you what, hopefully we're going to get a little bit of a shootout here. What is the word on the track right now? Do we get a 1-lap shootout?
We're 1 to green on lap 124.
So is that a yes on the 1-lap shootout?
Yep, 1-lap shootout.
All right, well, I tell you what, buckle up, buckaroos. We're going for a ride. Good luck to you, Joel Guy.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a 1-lap shootout coming your way. We're going to stick those cameras up there on that chopper mode, because I tell you what, that's where all that action's going to be. We appreciate you joining in tonight for the Mama Patty Memorial Race. I've had a lot of fun out here tonight talking to you about Mama Patty and spreading off some memories. Hope you've had some time. The race has ran into overtime, obviously. A little bit heavy on the cautions, more so than we thought. Pace car is in. And away we go. Final laps coming at you. Judd Danielson out there in front. Jason Russo get a big boost from the number 19 of Donald Sadusky side by side with Wally Tierheimer. Jason and Wally side by side. Wally with a big run. Donald going with Wally. Donald going with Wally. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Jason Russo going to get hung up on that outside. We're looking at Judd Danielson out there in that front line. Wally in second position. Jason on the outside. Donald Sadusky. Who do you love? Donald Sadusky taps Jason Russo. Jason Russo going for a spin. It is Judd Danielson, Wally Tierheimer, and Donald Sadusky. 1, 2, and 3 coming to the final laps. 1 to go. Tough break there for Jason Russo. Oh, tough break for Jason Russo. And we have got Judd Danielson out there. Judd Danielson brings home the race tonight. Can you believe it? Judd Danielson bringing it home. All right, a big shout out there to Judd Danielson. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hang out for some post-race interviews. How about it, Donald Sadusky? Have you got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Scott. How's it going?
Doing good. Now, if my results are accurate, you got a third place. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, that is nothing to scoff at. Talk to me about your night out here, Donald Sadusky.
I I missed my pit stop. I had a couple bad stops, and I don't know. Oh, I had to go out here. Damn it.
But I tell you what, Donald, you overall had a really good night. I mean, you can't be ashamed of getting third place tonight.
No, I'm not, because I started back, I think 18th. I started 18th, worked my way up to 9th, and then got to 2nd. I was running up front, but then I missed my pit stop, so I had to go all the way back to 17th, 16th, 17th. I worked my way up again, and then I got in an accident and got back. I think I was back 12th, worked my way up to 2nd again, then got 1st, led a couple of laps. But overall, I had a real good race tonight.
All right, but I tell you what, Donald, nothing to be ashamed of. Good job getting third place. And next Saturday, we're going to do it all for you, brother.
Yeah, 10-4, Scott. I can't wait. I'm pumped.
All righty, how about it, Wally? Wally, talk to me.
Hey, what do you think about that, Scott?
I don't know what to think about that. Wally in the big the big 75 in the big 2 position. Well, Wally, how'd you do it?
Like I was saying, you gotta let the truck last and try not to do anything stupid. It's a battle of attrition out here tonight, so that's what we did. We just lasted and made some right choices on pit stops, and didn't really screw up at the end there. And I was right there for anything that happened, and it kind of did. So I was looking at 3rd, but got 2nd, and I'm really happy about it. And I want to say thanks to Mark and the guys in the room down here with Jack and
Well,
Nick
you're in the room with
Donald.
Mark. Tell him. Mark's there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we had a great time in there, and this was for Mama Patty, and actually for Donald and for Mark McFadden and everybody. We're thinking about all the people who lost people, and they're in our hearts. So, and also this is also trying to represent for Bandit Motorsports. We used to be Max Velocity, but now there's a few of us that kind of got together for Bandit Motorsports, and look to be finishing on the podium for a Bandit Motorsports here.
Well, hell of a good damn start for Bandit, I tell you what. Good job, Wally.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott.
All righty, but Judd in the house.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me.
Hey, how are you? Hey, what do you think of that, huh?
I don't know what to think about that, because I tell you what, I'm looking up these race results. You led 23 damn laps out here in the Dirty Air studio, representing out at CCA. Talk to me about your night, Judd.
Wow, this is a bad, fast truck. I had no idea, guys. Honestly, I came in here, just wanted to support Mark and just make sure that he had a good time tonight. SSCA, I thought, guys, let's just go jump in here. I brought Joe Johnson with us, and I can't imagine that Mark would have thought that all these men would have showed up so fast. And I get out here, and KMA is all around me, and I'm just like, oh, wow, what do I do? It's like, you know what? I'm going to run my race, and let's see what happens at the end. Here we are.
And I tell you what, I am impressed, and I am watching Mark Jackson pull up beside that truck right there. Y'all are looking good. All right, good job, Judd Danielson, bringing it home tonight for Mark. But right now, the man of the hour, Mark Jackson. Talk to me, sir.
Hey, Scott, man, Mama Patty would be proud. Congratulations, Judd. He drove one hell of a race. Wally and my good buddy Donald Sadusky. He lost a family member too a couple years ago, and we're going to celebrate that here on the 5th. Man, I love you guys. It's just thank you, Scott, KMA. Thank you to all the drivers that showed up tonight to do this special event for my mother. She's up there watching. Love you guys.
And Mark, I was telling our fans one quick story. You remember the night that you put Mama Patty on our TeamSpeak communication? You put those headphones up on her ear. I could have sat here and I could have chatted with Mama Patty all damn night. And I tell you what, she was just a regular old gal, a loving mother, an awesome. She was like a grandma to me. Just we loved her. We miss her. And Mark, I am absolutely honored that you allowed KMA TV to handle this, and we're looking forward to handling next year's memorial race for Mama Patty, Patricia Kraft as well. I hope you're a satisfied driver tonight, Mark.
Man, I don't know how it could have went off any better. we had a fantastic race tonight. You know, there were some cautions. It's typical of the NASCAR thing. You know, just all in all, what a fantastic night. A great way to honor my mother. I just cannot thank you guys so much. I can't express how much in words what it means to me to do this tonight. I love you guys, and I know Mama's up there watching, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
All righty, and Mark Jackson, you and I are prayer brothers in heart. So a quick prayer up there to Mama Patty. We love you up there in heaven, Mama Patty. You're with our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ. And I know you were a religious woman, and I know Mark is a religious man like I am. So God love you. Mama Patty up there at the right hand of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And Mark Jackson, you're our winner tonight. Mark Jackson, great job tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you guys. And
oh, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
I was going to say, hell of a win, Judd.
Yeah, Judd owned it tonight, I'll tell you what. All right, we'll let you go, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
All right, buddy. Thank y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up tonight, and Judd Danielson out there going to rock on some little burnouts. Judd Danielson up burning up that wall, burning up that track there for Mama Patty on SSA. I want to give a big shout out there to Mark Jackson. I hope our fans enjoyed the show. A little bit heavy on the cautions tonight, but I tell you what, that was a good 2.5 hours spent out on a Saturday night. I hope Mama Patty enjoyed the show. I am Scott Kolovic. This is KMA TV. We're going to show that Mama Patty commercial one more time, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to put that replay up there on the KMA Facebook page and up there on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed bringing it to you. And we'll catch you next weekend at the Ryan Sadusky Memorial Tribute Race. God bless and Godspeed. We are KMA TV, and we are out of here.
For a few laps there. Oh. Well, I can't tell either, Scott. I've looked at it 3 times, so. Yeah, I apologized to him over TeamSpeak right after it happened. You know, it's just one of them things on my end of it. I think my reputation is I'm a pretty clean driver and not very aggressive. So if it was my fault, I apologize wholeheartedly. Well, good. I'm glad. Believe me, we're racing hard, and it's just one of those things.
Stuff happens. It's racing.
Lee, Mark, I looked at that incident. I looked at it from some different angle. It was just good, hard racing between you two guys. There was nothing intentional. Just good, hard racing between 2 drivers.
Oh yeah, I mean I've looked at it from the cockpit, from rear chase, and from the chopper, and it's just I don't think